Hey everyone. So with free agency going crazy and obviously the big Tavares news, there was another huge signing today in the NHL, but it was a re-signing. It happened shortly before Tavares made his decision, so there has not been nearly as much talk about it as there would be had Tavares not had this whole thing going on. But Ryan McDonagh has re-signed with an extension with the Tampa Bay Lightning for 7 years at 6.75 million per year. This is a huge deal and a huge contract for McDonagh. Um, Obviously, Tampa Bay likes the way that he played after being moved over there from the Rangers at the deadline last year, and obviously really wanted to keep him around. But I really don't know how I feel about this deal because Ryan McDonagh is still a very good NHL defenseman. But he is on the decline. We saw him start to decline when he was still in New York. Ryan McDonagh in 2017 and 2018 was not the same Ryan McDonagh that we saw in 2013 and 2014. And when you give a guy like that a 7 year deal, what is he going to be like in 2021, 2020, or 2022? Down the road like that. He's already a player on the decline. Ryan McDonagh, for a time with the New York Rangers, he was the guy. He was an elite NHL number one defenseman with the New York Rangers. If you go back a few years, he is not that anymore. Even by the end of his tenure with New York, he was not the same player that he was in 2013 or 2012 when he was really in the upper echelon of NHL defensemen. Um, at this point, Ryan McDonagh is not a number one defenseman. He's a solid number two. He's a really good number two if you have, a good number one next to him, or if you have him in the three slot, he's an extremely good number three. But he is not a number one defenseman anymore. He cannot carry the load. He showed that, and at the end of his career with the Rangers, he isn't that player anymore. And you he's already on the downward slope, even though he's still a very good NHL defenseman. Don't get me wrong about that. Every team in the league would benefit from having Ryan McDonagh added to their defense core. But he's already not what he used to be. He's not what he was 4 years ago. So what's he going to look like 4 years down the road from now? I just would not give that guy a 7 year contract. I don't have a problem with the 6.75 cap hit, at least for now, but I would have given him that on a 3 year deal, not on a 7 year deal. I absolutely would not have even signed him for anything more than 4 years unless I was getting him at a steep discount. And this is not a steep discount. He is not worth what somebody like a Drew Doughty or an Erik Karlsson is worth because he's just not that level of player. He's a notch below that, and now you could argue that he would have been worth that, in back maybe 5 years ago, and back when he was really the lead guy for the Rangers and a real elite defenseman, and back in 2012, 2013, around then. But he's not anymore. He is not on the same level as Drew Doughty. He is not on the same level as Erik Karlsson. He's not on the same level of his own teammate Victor Hedman. Though Hedman, Doughty, Karlsson, those are your elite NHL defensemen. McDonagh is a notch or two below that at this point. So 7 years at a cap hit like that, I think, is a lot. Obviously, though, Tampa Bay is in a win now mode. Their mindset now is to win Stanley Cups right now while they can. They're not thinking 7 years down the future like a rebuilding team is. They're trying to win the Stanley Cup next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. So as far as that goes, this is not a bad deal as far as that's concerned. I think it's going to lead to problems, cap problems, and production problems from McDonagh when you get to the back part of this deal 4, 5, 6 years down the road. I think that's going to be an issue. But for right now, this is fine for Tampa Bay. He makes their defense a lot better. He's still a very, very good NHL defenseman, and he wants to win a Stanley Cup, and Tampa is a team that right now has a chance to contend for the Stanley Cup every year. I just see issues with this down the line. But obviously, Tampa Bay's not thinking about down the line right now. They're trying to win now. So I have no problem with them extending McDonagh. I just have an issue with this number right here. I think this is way too long. I would have given him a 3 or 4 year contract at that number. That's fine. I would have even bumped this up to 7 if it was a 3-year contract. If he said bump that up to 7 and I'll make that 3 years and just give him a 3-year, $21 million contract, I would have done that in a heartbeat. Because I think he'll be fine for the next 3 years. But after that, I'm worried. Because he's already shown decline over where he was 4 or 5 years ago. And it's only, that only leads you to wonder where he's going to be 4 or 5 years from now. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think about the deal down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel if you're not already and a fan of hockey. There's something here for everyone that likes hockey. Keep spreading the word about this channel. I love watching it grow, and the bigger the better as far as subscribers and views, and the bigger this community can get and the more interactive it is, the better it is for everyone. So keep that growing, and again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys soon.